Welcome back, everyone, for another round of Subnautica Modded, our high-tech approach to everything this time. And we've got some updated mods from the other day. One of the notable ones, though, is the Deep Driller mod. It actually has been updated to now a Mark II version, a separate version that, unfortunately, because of some of the changes, is not backwards compatible. So, first things first, we've got to actually remove all the existing drillers. So it's a good thing I don't have like 50 of these all around the place. So we're going to get these out of the way, and then we're going to try out the new version. And before doing something like this where you have to take old stuff out to put in updates because of a new mod, you might want to make sure you back up your game save before you start removing stuff, just in case it doesn't work quite the way you want and you need to restore back to that backup. So I've broken down all of my drillers, including the ones in the lava zone, and because of some of the changes, things like internal attached solar panels, internal batteries, with the new version, we don't need any of the old ones. So it's mentioned to use the defabricator mod to recover lost resources. Ideally, I really don't have to do that because I'm producing so much, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I will have the defabricator reborn mod linked below for this episode, but I'm not going to be using it after this. So this is just to try and get some resources back. So, well, I hit C. Okay. I'm not sure how to do this. Just said hit C to D. No. Okay, so I made another one. Hold C and press it. Okay, now we got red. There we go. So hold C to get the right color menu. What? Okay, I've got more than one deep driller module. I know that. But it's acting like I don't. Well, it didn't actually break anything down. It made more stuff as opposed to breaking stuff down. Like, okay, hold or press C and, you know, it goes to like that. I was holding C when I opened it. Like, yeah, like hold C. See, it goes to red. Like it's trying to break it down, but it's not breaking it down. It's actually making more. That's why it was doing it. So, okay, the defabricator reborn doesn't seem to be working for me now. So before I waste any more resources, I'm just going to throw these away. All right, so we are back with the newest version of the Deep Driller. I actually, just to make sure, took the entire folder out for the old version and put the new version in for like a brand new mod, just to make sure. So we have just the Deep Driller and Deep Driller Tech Fabricator, which requires sand. Oh, wait. Oh, glass. Okay. So we can actually collect sand with this to make glass. But for this, we just need this aspect. Yes, it's been nice to get some of my resources back with the defabricator mod, but that didn't work out. Okay, I can deal with it. So let's go put this one in right over here. And actually, because this has built-in solar panels, also is supposed to be able to connect to thermal plants. I actually kind of want to place it over here and see if it will connect right off of one of the... Actually, I wonder if I can put it here and it connects to the base power being so close. Okay. Got a nice little eyeball thing. Okay, power on and off. Nice little splash screen again, okay. And it's not a drill bit now, it is a, like, laser drill, it looks like. Okay, we are collecting power from there, and that actually has broken my power connection to the base itself. So, yeah, that's not going to work right there. All right, good to know right now before I mess something up later. It will not work in between. It will break your connection to another spot. So, programming page. Okay. Test. Okay, so that is just basically saying what we're looking for. So, titanium. Valid class. Okay, so maybe it's not a specific item, but okay, I'll have to look at the documentation, I guess. Let's go back to here. inventory page. All right. And it holds more than it did before. That's good. Also to note, it will tie in with their Ets storage mod, the one that's for exterior storage. I'm not using that one. I really don't have a plan to use that one, but it will tie in with that. So I just like the fact that it's going to tie in with stuff around the base. Add power to drill. Power cell draining receptacle. Add oil to drill. What? Really? Oil tank dump receptacle. I did not see anything about oil being mentioned on this. Oh, there we go. In settings. Toggle filters on or off. Toggle solar panels on. There we go. Oh, look. Nice animated solar panels coming out. That's nice. Et storage and show hide range. Oh, okay, that's the range for the Et storage, I take it. Oh, wow, look at that. So apparently the Deep Driller goes very deep into the ground once you place it, because I didn't notice that before. That's a little. Look, it's actually got a post there instead of on the corner. That's strange. All right, I'm gonna build this next one a little bit further back if I can. So very low power usage, only 12 items a day. So I'm thinking now, because in the past it was configurable to change stuff. Oh, and we got sand too. Why did I get sand? Oh, it must have been. Oh, the filters are off still, so it wasn't even filtering despite having that checked. You know, the export to Et storage could be interesting if the Et storage can be tied in with my stuff on the base, like with the data storage. So it might be worth it later, but right now I'm not going to worry about it. Maintenance page, adds power to drill. I wonder if it's the power is what's causing it, or maybe the fact that I don't have any oil in it. Let's check for oil. I'm not seeing anything new there. Or the basic materials, bleach. Yeah, I don't see oil. I didn't see any real mention of oil on the mod page, so maybe it's a future edition that they've just got stuff in place for. But yeah, I'm not seeing any oil there either. Oh, so I put in a power cell and it immediately drains the power out of it, as opposed to storing the power of that power cell. Yeah, okay, so I just put that in. And so that was 55% on the power cell, as 11%. So we're talking 1% on this is 5% on a power cell. So 20% per power cell. And with that, that means it should be a factor of, it should be tying in right around the top level of an ion power cell in terms of power for this. But I don't see anything where it's like, hey, you know, I keep power cells in there and it just charges them up. So he's definitely just, you dump it in, it adds the power and then gives you the empty power cell. So that's really fast power drain for a power cell. Function, and I'm looking at the wiki for this, is you're gonna put in like OS because it's for the operating system. Ores per day, we're gonna put in well, I was doing 30 before, I think it was so that, and then we gotta do a semicolon at the end. And there we go. Okay, so 30 ores per day. I don't know why it's showing ×2 on that. And did it freeze up? Oh yeah, it froze up, but it didn't crash. I don't know why it said 2 instances. Did this one do the same thing? No, it did not. So again, OS, ores, or per day, parentheses, the integer, the number you want, close parentheses, semicolon, execute function, and there it goes again. It says 30 ores per day twice. So you have different functions you can use for that, but I'm not seeing, there's not really a lot on the wiki right now, so I'm assuming this is meant for upgradability in the future to allow you to make more customization to it. And even that, power usage per second, really doesn't seem that bad. Let's try this. So this does not snap. to the base, so there's no attaching it with this. Oh, it will attach onto the base like that, or at least mount above the base. Let's see if that will tie in on power. Yeah, that should not connect over here. This is much further away. Oh, wait, we do have a connection. I saw it. Yep, we've got a connection. That is connecting to here, and that is broken again. So it's overriding the power from there. But you can see 1% power. If it's getting all the power from that set plus the ones below, because it looks like they're still connected, this should power up very quickly. But it doesn't seem to be producing that much power in the end. So currently, there's one more function listed on the wiki, which is the max ore count. And in this case, this is the one I'm using that has copper and quartz enabled. So I am telling it maximum ore count for copper, 50, and basically saying I don't want it to have more than 50 copper, meaning that unless I'm draining copper out of it, it shouldn't be going over a certain amount. And yeah, there it goes. So ideally, if I wanted to make sure they were absolutely balanced, I'd do the same thing, max ore count for quartz at 50, because it will hold 100 items total, and that way it would make sure that neither one of them can become imbalanced and fill up more of it. I wouldn't end up with 70 copper and 30 quartz because I used some quartz up. It would be a case of 50 copper, 50 quartz at full capacity, or an imbalanced amount if you've been using some. This makes me feel like it's probably usable because of the way it's functioning with everything else. I'm sure if I move over here, it acts like I've got access. Okay, so no, I don't have access to copper or quartz or titanium, even though they're at, you know, storage. So it's not tying in with the Easy Craft the same way like the hydroponics are. I thought it would. It's got the same storage style to it, but it doesn't seem to be tying in with the Easy Craft. Okay, so it's connecting to one, but not the other. That's kind of a problem. Like, I want it to connect to both of them. If I do it right here. Come on, connect. Why is that not connecting? I understand it's closer. Again, why we should have better control options for these, but if I connect it here, does it really mean I'm only going to be able to target that one with it? And so I can't put like a thermal plant and have it connect to multiple ones of these. That's kind of limiting. I'm sure that's probably to do with the way the power transmitters work, but that's still, you know, one of those things that is kind of limiting. So I cannot place it above ground. All right, but I can place it right there. Just barely in the water. So we're going to do that. I'm going to place one up here next to the beach area. And so it lines up those and bam, connects to that one. So we've got solar power here. From the solar panels alone, I'm also going to go ahead and turn on these solar panels. So this is very high up. So should be doing well. We're going to do, well, if I can be left alone by the warper, I'm going to get that. Oh, God, quit molesting me. So we're getting a charge. It's draining right away. So we're powering up that. You see this one's filling up. This one. All right, so two of them are kind of being actively drained first, and then the third one in the middle is draining last. So it's building up a nice charge. Of course, we have the solar panels on this, which are going to build up a charge. So ideally, we're going to have the power storage in this charge up at nighttime. That will be draining along with the power storage on the solar panels themselves, because they'll store up to 75 power each. So that should help. While I wait for that to build up some power, see how it does with 3 solar panels, and the fact that I've got plenty of ion cubes now thanks to my own generator, finally time to swap out some power cells for ion power cells in the Cyclops. And swap it out in the Sea Moth as well, so I have an ion power cell in it too now. So if I've got that all the way over there, let's say we're going to put a thermal plant here in this spot. So we'll go ahead and place this down first. So maybe this will help with the driller, just, you know, because it's right there. Again, surprising that this is only 50 degrees Celsius, whereas up top, I can find 75 degrees Celsius immediately next to the base area. But lava zone's cooler than some of those hot spots. The nice thing is, once you put in one of them, it will keep that same function. And if it's the same thing you need, you can just replicate it out. So I've got, out of 100 items, 33, 33, 33. So I'll have one item storage slot that doesn't get used, but it'll be an even amount of magnetite, lithium, and lead for this one. So with these changes to the power, it's actually much more extensible than before, but at the same time, it's not as, you know, just over the top functionality. In some cases, I'm actually draining too much power for even one thermal plant down here to keep it going steadily. So with that in mind, I'm going to actually throw a second thermal plant next to each of these, and let's see if that will handle it, because one is not producing 4.7, 4.1 power per second. So it gives you options to add more and more power to it if you are trying to make them that much more active in terms of production level, you know, beyond what it normally would be. But at the same time, you're going to have to provide more power if you want that extra amount of production. And whenever the oil is fully implemented, where we're producing oil, you might be having to make a lot of oil to fix it too. Oh, it's trying. 3 of them is trying. We're going to change that for a moment. I want to see if it actually can stay fully functional. Yes, it can. So it's fine. Actually, you know what? I don't even need 25 per day down here, because I'm not coming down here on a constant basis. Up at the base, yeah, I might want higher production level, but down here, not such a big deal. So we'll just leave those at 12. That will build up extra power. I could come back down and be like, you know what? I need a bunch of stuff. I'm going to turn the 25 per day on, or even bump it up to like 80 per day. Let it drain through the spare power from the internal battery, and then shut that back off and leave it back to 12 to let it build up more power. And that makes 5 solar panels up here on the beach for that one. And if this works, I'll probably just use the power transmitters, move it a little bit closer to the base, because yeah, I don't want to have to come up here quite so far to get stuff for this one. It's interesting it treats it like it's a base platform, though. You see, I've already got 31 in just a short amount of time. So yeah, 50 items per day is probably overkill in the most part, unless you're just burning through a ton of titanium or something like that, which I tend to do. Oh yeah, there we go. One link between, well, now 3 solar panels up there and this one down here. So I'm just going to load this one up with a bunch of solar panels. We've got the one at the mountain area over up there somewhere. Yeah, somewhere up there. I'm going to load it up with a bunch more solar panels and move that driller closer. So I'll have both of these leveled up with a lot more production. And the third one that is now sitting here in my inventory right next to some sand, I'm just going to keep it for now and use it at another base later. And there we go. We have the one that was next to the beach now moved where it's in quicker range, just like that one on my base. And both of them are going to be with extra solar panels up top where it's closer to light to help boost the power. This one I'm only going to set to 25, and this is going to actually cover gold, diamond, quartz, silver, copper, just a bunch of them. I'm just going to let it kind of fill up at whatever balance it can, since it's not acting like the hydroponics where it ties in with the easy craft. So it'll be a case of I come, empty it out, take it back, and at some point if I get to where I'm like, hey, I really need more of this, I'll deselect a few things in the filter and just filter for 1 or 2 specific things. So I'm adding some new servers so I can add some more storage because I've got empty racks. And I noticed now it actually shows tooltip is formatted fault storage of 48. So if the storage is in use, how much is in use? And here you see I've already formatted one. So before we didn't see that. I just had to go by, oh, that's the one that's got the exclamation because it's the newest one. But now I can actually quickly look at them and see, oh, I've only got that one formatted. Time to work on the rest. So while waiting for stuff to produce with the new deep drillers, I decided to move things around. So I took the hydroponic tray that was in the middle and had only 2 marble melons, and I moved it back and put 4 marble melon samples in it. I also moved my water production over here, so I've got 2. Basically, this is going to be the food production room, foregoing the normal planter beds. This is going to be like maybe food prep, like countertops, and move the refrigerators over here. And then up here, I'm going to decorate this up nice as like a little eating room for our, you know, staff at this location. But yeah, I just went ahead and did 4 marble melons for that. And I think I'm actually going to try, let's see if I can do medium. All right, medium's taking up too much room. Way more room than I thought it would. That seems to actually be taking up more room than the large one. Can I not just... Okay, so apparently large one is taking up so much room it won't fit the medium there. It seems like... That feels like medium's a little oversized for what it should be. Small will go there, so we'll just do small. And that is a single DNA sample, I'm assuming. So we'll throw one of the Bobo tree samples in there. So I'll take that out because the fridge sea breeze stuff does not work with the EasyCraft mod, unfortunately. So I have to take stuff out beforehand, but you know, as long as I remember to do that, I'm okay. We'll add that 1 DNA sample, which should be more than enough Bobo tree samples, honestly, for my need. It only holds 25 items too, so that's fine. 4 items there, or 25 Bobo tree samples, 100 marble melon. That should be plenty of food. And my power is actually steadily draining. It's actually kind of like, I mean, maybe it's going up a little bit, like, you know, tiny bit. I might need to go add some more thermal plants down below. I'm actually getting low on gold and silver again, but plenty of table coral samples. So it broke it for a moment, but it finally rectified the problem. But yeah, now instead of connecting from there to here, it connects from that little junction to there, and that one connects over here, and that one connects up there. And I went ahead, I added 2 more there, right there at that spot next to the transmitter, and I added a total of 7 more over here. And it's kind of weird to play some of these. So you see like that one, 65, 67, 64. They're all hot, but you know, it's not the same one as like some of the spots over here that I got, even though they're right at the edge of the eruption area. And you see that goes up there, so it should all still be showing connected up top. And if it is, I should have a big boost to my power. Oh yeah, look at that, 7,700 power, and look how it's still not going up quite as fast as I expected, but it is jumping up a good bit. That means I can either turn the power up on those in terms of power drain, or I can add some more. I'm going to wait for a moment which way I go, but yeah, I've got more power now, so I'm doing well. And we're up to 8 items already. You know, I'm actually turn this up and turn this up for now. Look at that. I'm still producing more power than that. So yeah, I'm doing better now with the additional power. Means I'm getting less reliant on those. As cool as they are, having to go repair them, kind of the downfall of, as opposed to just using the thermal power here. There we go, nice and lit up. I do kind of like how it works with that. It lights it up so nicely. And there we go. We got actually power production going with the solar panels up on the beach. I can add more. We're not producing a huge amount right now with them, but I am producing extra power. Apparently the solar panels on this made all the difference on that. 5 up there, and this set here is apparently that much better. That's it, everyone, for this episode of Subnautica modded high-tech version. New Deep Driller mod. take some getting used to if you've been using the old one. Take some prep work to get ready to use it if you've been the old one, but definitely worth the switch over. And as we get more updates to it, more functions added to the capabilities, it's just going to get better, I expect. Definitely a very nice improvement once you get accustomed to the changes with it. But like I said, that's it for this episode. So if you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think about the change to the Deep Driller mod. And are you using Mark II yet? Leave it in a comment below. Let everybody know what's going on. And hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I'll see you in the next video.